Hi, good morning. I thought I'd pop on really quickly because some of you asked about finishing off the sourdough starter that I showed you how to make and how to make bread. And since I'm making a loaf today, I thought I would show you what to do. So this is the starter that we made together. I fed it this morning. You can see it's nice and bubbly, and hopefully you can see some of the nice bubbles at the bottom. If I give it a stir, you might see it's nice and lively. So I'm just going to pop in on my scales 50 grams. Let me just do that. So I'm going to spoon in 50 grams just into a clear bowl, but you can do whatever you like, just so you can see it really. And it's quite gloopy, that's 50, so roughly that. And then I'm going to pour in straight away to dilute the starter 350 mils of water, or sorry, 350 grams actually, it's about the same. So the water might depend on where you are. Sometimes it's a bit stickier, but this is Elaine's recipe, so you can try it out and see how you go. So that is 350, and then I'm just going to stir it. You can see it looks really cloudy there, just until it all dissolves. It looks quite frothy and bubbly, doesn't it? So most of that, you know, it was really gloopy. Now it's a little bit dissolved. And then about 2 teaspoons of salt. So I just measure it out roughly in my hand, so kind of 2 like that. Don't want it too salty, but does need a bit. And then last but not least is you want 500 grams of strong white bread flour. So I've managed to get some from Sainsbury's, Waitrose even. So this is the same as the marriages flour. So this is a nice one. So that's 500. So my flour's just in there, you can see, and then all I'm going to do now is start to bring it together. So if I lift it up a bit, in fact if I move this then that will get a bit, oh no, that doesn't work. Let's try that. So I'm just stirring it together. It looks quite sloppy to start with, and I'm just using a metal spoon just to have a weighed out my starter and try and get all of it in. It will look quite raggedy, can you see that there? I'll just pop that down and give it a mush. Now, this recipe is all done in the bowl so that it's minimal mess, but if you want to get it out and give it a knead, sometimes I do, then you absolutely can. So I just want to make sure I've scraped down all of the sides. So can you see there, it's quite raggedy. It's mostly come together, but it's not a soft, silky ball, and I'm just scraping down the sides. And usually what I do, I don't mind getting my hand in for a bit, so I just scrape that off. Usually I try and keep one hand messy, but and just give it a little turn over like that. And I just scrape down the sides now. So really, can you see there? I'm just going to clean those all off. So I get all of that bread flour in here in my dough, but also it will mean that I can clean my bowls so much easier later. Hi, James. I wasn't sure who would be on, but I thought I might as well do it live. And then you've got this to follow afterwards. So I'm just giving it quite a little mix, and at the moment it's quite wet. It totally depends with bread making, any bread making, on how what the temperature is and everything like that, and the flour. And this is the first time I've used this particular brand, so it will just depend. So if you want it like that, it won't look particularly lovely at the moment, and I've got very sticky fingers. And then I'm just going to cover it. I've got a shower cap, so if you've got any old shower caps, they're brilliant because they're just elasticated and they sit over the top. Otherwise a tea towel or some cling film, whatever you're using. And I'm just going to leave this on the side, and every couple of hours I'm going to come back and I'm going to fold it. So I'm going to show you that later. So that's literally the first thing. I'm going to leave it, and it's going to sit out all day, have a few folds, and then I'm going to leave it overnight. So your starter's in the fridge. Yes, so if you're wanting to bake, Daisy, just take it out and bring it to room temperature. So I normally take it out first thing in the morning, and then when it's come to, I'll feed it. And actually my kitchen's not that hot at the moment, so I haven't been putting my starter in the fridge, I've been leaving it out. If it's looking like it's got some grey liquid and it needs a bit of feeding, then sometimes I'll discard half, use it for something else, and then feed the other half. So you want it to look nice and kind of frothy and lively. So you can see I've stirred that one a bit. And the more you use them, the better it gets. This is only the one that we did together a few weeks ago. It will still be really good, I promise. So yeah, so that's basically what you want. Just get it into a nice raggedy mess. If you don't want to get your hand stuck in, just use the spoon like I did before. It's fine, you know, get it all together. Make sure you scrape it off because I'm going to go and wash that. And then cover it and leave it till later, and I'll come back later so you can see some more of the folds. So I hope that was useful. I will wash my hands and I'll see you guys later. Bye.